Hi, guys. Welcome back. I have a really cool host today. Today, I am hosting Dr. Elena Pizzini, PhD, Applied Organizational Psychology. She's also a professional certified coach, board of psychology associates, and an author of a number one best-selling Dr. Helena. I'll just say Elena. Welcome and say hello to everybody for me.
Thank you, George. What a pleasure, and hello to all the wonderful members. You have a great following, and your audience is fantastic. So delighted and grateful, honored to be here today. Thank you.
Elena, I was looking at your bio, I was looking at your coaching programs, I was looking at your website. It is so jam-packed with so much value to anybody who's ever going to work with you or meet you. What inspired you to pursue your current career path or life's work?
Thank you for asking that question, George. That's a beautiful question. And so I'm very, very, very passionate about the human mind and potential. I think as humans, fellow humans, we have not even scratched the surface of what we can achieve on this earth, in this lifetime of ours. And full disclaimer, I am definitely imperfect, like all human beings. I do have some strengths, I have many weaknesses. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm very open, and I do my best to share my mistakes and learning lessons, also share my successes. So hopefully I can save some other wonderful people like you and your audience time. And like you said earlier, join forces, join minds, join hearts, and really, not to sound fairy tale-ish, but create a better world, improve it, and leave it in a better shape for the generations to come. And one last thing you said, yeah, jam-packed. I do have a hard time with with time. You know, I know we all have 24 hours. It's never enough. I'm very jealous of my time and other people's time. I protect it. I think it's the biggest commodity we have, and we have to maximize it. So I always probably try to do too much, but I'm learning to maybe do what I know how to do best, and do an excellent job at that. Of course, I have a long way to go.
Well, Doctor, I just appreciate you coming on my show today so we can learn from you and add value to our listeners. And before I hit the recording button, I love that you're part of a mastermind and multiple styles of masterminds, because I'm part of one too. Now, for someone who's never been in a mastermind, be ready to be held accountable. And I hope you agree with me on that. And then
Yes.
the second thing is raw and transparent. And a doctor already told me, hey, you need to change a couple things. And I'm going to take it to heart, and I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to apply. And by the way, guys, if you're not coachable, I don't want to work with you. I don't know if you can agree with that.
And I have coaches myself. And of course, I do take multiple coaches. I do take their honesty to heart. It's hard to see yourself, right? Unless you have a mirror. So it's important we surround ourselves with people that want us to do better,
That's
better,
right.
and
That
improve.
is totally right. And what advice would you give someone who's never been in a mastermind before? What advice would you give them? Like, what would you prepare them for?
Yes, that's an excellent question. So masterminding is an excellent tool that's out there. It's definitely not even maximized to its potential. So I've been in all sorts of different types of mastermind, and I've hosted them as well. You can benefit from all of them, from any of them, even if people may be coming from a different background, than yours or have different age, different experience. It doesn't matter, because it's the creativity process that you're going to benefit from, because more minds, right, is better than one. More hearts is better than one. And so you can tap from everybody's intelligence, like this big melting pot of intelligence, because alone you cannot compare, you cannot confront yourself. So definitely learning from everybody. And thank God we do have technology these days. I don't know how our ancestors did it. So we got to maximize these great tools we have. And yeah, normally mastermind members are all extremely motivated. A lot of them are entrepreneurs like yourself and myself, and business owners of any type of industry, any size company. So they all have different contacts. Now we can access to everybody around the globe. Everybody's got the internet, more or less. So so it's great to get perspective. I love the diversity. I do have contacts with anyone on 180 plus countries, and I love to access their tools, their perspective, their contacts, because I haven't been able to be physically present in all those countries. So luckily, thanks to technology, we can still get together and use all our combined intelligences and intellectual properties.
You mentioned you're jealous for your time. What do you mean by that? Elaborate a little bit on that.
Yes. So without getting political or religious, because I'm really neutral. I do respect people from all faiths and backgrounds and all political agendas. You know, I think at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we all need to better this earth, and we all have the same type of problems, which is, you know, this earth is suffering. It's got climate issues and resource depletion, like water, it's scarcity, etc. So we all, no matter where we come from or what we believe, we all need to join forces in bettering this earth and finding solutions to these challenges. So in terms of time, you know, I do honestly struggle with mortality. And again, not without, you know, being religious, or I'm spiritual. So as far as I know, we have, for sure, for a fact, we have this lifetime. And I'm hoping to live long and strong. I'm a vegan, plant-based. I've been most of my life, for both ethical and health reasons. So I hope to live a long life. So we all have 24 hours, and really money can be made. That's not an issue. There's a whole psychology of wealth that I do teach and practice that I'm happy to share. And in terms of time, though, you know, I don't know. We still have not figured out how to freeze ourselves and come back to life or live forever. As far as I know, maybe at some point we will. So we really have to maximize this life of ours. So sorry, George. You know, we were on different platforms earlier, and you know, you saw a side of me that, you know, I felt like you were late, so I got on your case. Apologies. That's an example of how much I value time. Yes.
And by the way, doctor, no offense, no harm, no foul. It was just a hiccup of the Google Meet calendar versus the Zoom calendar. It glitched. It doesn't matter. We're here. That's all that matters. And you know, in a mastermind, you do have lots of backgrounds coming in and very heavy professionals in their realm. Now, you mentioned earlier, I don't know how our ancestors did it before. Well, in our realm, we call it a tribe. Go figure, right? They had to do it as a tribe. So, you know, when you run your masterminds, is it in a group setting, or is it 50-50, like one-on-ones and group settings? How do you run yours?
Yes. And so the great question. Thank you so much for asking, George. And, and by the way, I'm jealous of your time too. And I want to make sure you get to interview as many professionals with subject matter experts with a lot to share. That's why I do value your time too, so you can help more people. So in regard to masterminds, at the moment I'm doing them free, okay, pro bono. So I'll give you the link. I'm actually having one. If you want to join on Monday, I can send you the invite. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific. 1 p.m. Pacific is about an hour. And so I have, so this one is mostly entrepreneurs. They small, medium-sized companies. They come from all over the world. I keep it small, intimate, maybe about 8 people. I've done bigger ones in person, or like let's say for big companies like Fortune 40 companies, they want to have their own, so they don't want to mix with other companies. It's whatever works for them. But this one is mixed and is more medium-sized company. So I am very much pro-business. I do think that that's what makes any economy thrive. Right now, our economies are in a challenging shape, right? So it's important that entrepreneurs feel supported, feel encouraged, can tap from collaboration, one another's resources, in intelligence, contacts. Like Sir Richard Branson says, business is made of people. It's people that make a business thrive. So human capital is also called, now they have a lot of fancy names, but at the end of the day, it's people. So you got to maximize these people's mindset. And the mindset has to be protected, because it's easy, with all the bad news we hear, it's easy to maybe have negative thoughts or be a little sad. But if you can tap into other people's, colleagues, associates, mood and resources and mindset, then you tend to stay at a higher vibration and a lot of positive emotions throughout the day. And that's what businesses do need to thrive, from my experience.
Yeah.
And, mostly though, people are very motivated. Business people are very motivated. So I love to work with highly motivated individuals. And a lot of them have a lot of brilliant ideas. Masterminding with one another, they have brilliant ideas. By the way, I do have an accent. I am Italian American, so hopefully I am clear. And so a lot of these ideas never come to fruition because maybe they forget, or they run out of time, or they don't have the enough support or connections to get it off the ground, and it's such a waste. So I do want to protect people's ideas and support them with getting them off the ground and manifested. So actualized, like Maslow, the famous psychologist Maslow used to say. So, so in the masterminds, we do cover that. We help with your vision, with different strategies and plan, strong accountability and recognition. I would love to have you and any of your audience, George.
Yeah. Definitely. We got to network together. We do have a community that we also offer as a free joiner community to help each other out. Together, we can do things in big movements as opposed to just by yourself. To challenge you a little bit, like,
please,
what is one idea that you, as an expert in your field, say that you disagree with, that others say, and you're like, no, that doesn't make sense? Do you have something like that irks you?
Yes, definitely. I'm a little bit of a contrarian by nature and a little bit of a rebel by nature. I ran away from Italy, my home country, and my family that kept me very sheltered growing up and suffocated. I mean, they obviously did it with good intentions, right? And loving intentions.
Right.
So, and it got me in trouble. I've challenged my professors in Italy in high school. And they made me pay the price, so I learned important lessons.
You
So,
know, it's okay to challenge. It's okay to question, right?
yes.
It's, you know, I once I broke that mold of being that sheep and being like everyone else, it is so liberating. And now people gravitate and they ask, what are you doing? What's so different? Like you're always smiling. And it's not always, but they see that side because it is a changed characteristic. And I attribute that to people like yourself. You hold me accountable. You tell me, hey, if you're going to do it, do it. So within your mastermind group, do you set expectations for your members?
Oh, absolutely. Because there have to be a couple of ground rules for respect and communication. You know, we're humans. We all have a variety of emotions and a spectrum of emotions. And sometimes we lose it, like I did lose it with you this morning. So, but
Okay,
you
that's
forgave
it.
me.
Stop apologizing. You are forgiven.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so as I mentioned, three things. So two for being inclusive and respecting everybody, and one for communication in the interest of time. So, so religion and politics, we don't discuss it, and we stay neutral. We stay neutral. We accept everybody, even, you know, I'm a psychologist and I'm a certified coach. You know, all the ethics that we have to respect are all about being neutral, respecting everybody. We you know, you can give your opinion in private, but at the end of the day, everybody's right, nobody's wrong, and they're entitled to their own opinion. So, yeah.
And you said three things. So you're going on number two. I apologize.
Yeah. So religion and politics, you know, we respect everybody. We just do our best to find the commonalities so that we can move to get forward united, not separately, united on those two. And number three, communication. So I probably did it a little bit right now. I broke that rule. So I went on and on and on, blah, blah, blah. So everybody has to share, right? And normally we have a time, it is a timer. So in an hour, let's say if we have 8 people, everybody has to share their challenge, and everybody else around has to offer ideas for solutions. So let's say if it's 60 minutes divided by 8, help me with the math. So there has to be a timer, and somebody at some point, you know, when we say, okay, we have 1 minute to wrap it up, that's it.
Yeah.
So not diarrhea of the mouth, forgive me. and so, and you know, nobody should take anything personally. So, and even if you don't like, let's say I say, George, I have, you know, a challenge XYZ, and you mastermind with me and give me an idea for ABC. If I don't like it, it doesn't matter. I still thank you. And I say, thank you for masterminding with me, for brainstorming with me. And that's okay. Then later on, I can ask you more questions about it, or not, or just thank you. And maybe you'll come back to me later.
Yeah.
And maybe give me more ideas.
You can definitely apply or not apply.
Yes.
Or maybe change the application, right?
Correct.
So because of time, you keep mentioning time. What motivates you to get up in the morning with so limited time?
Thank you. Well, I'm in charge of managing it. So what motivates me is I still think we have so much untapped potential as living beings. And I don't include just humans, but also other animals. You may have seen from my website that I do a lot of volunteer work with animals. I find them very therapeutic to humans.
Yes.
They are humans' best friends, with unconditional love and stress reduction and all the benefits they provide to us. So you can find a little more information on yougotthepower.org. Some of my bestseller books, you can get them on there for like a fraction of the price, and the revenues all go to animal shelters, or they go to charity. Also, right now I'm working with my programmer in Europe to create an app. There are already 1 million apps. Mine is going to be different. And at the beginning, I'll offer it for free, and then after that, at a very reduced rate. So it's probably going to be called AI Coach App, aicoachapp.com. And it's going to be basically a community where coaches or other professionals, could be even psychologists, and members can join forces and help one another. And they're going to be united by maybe common visions. Somebody may have a common goal, whether it's weight release or a new project, retiring, or a new investment. And so people are going to be able to meet one another from all over the world based on shared interest, and they'll be able to exchange best practices, and the professionals, whether they are coaches or subject matter experts or psychologists, will be able to provide their help as well and support. So so that's coming up. It's in the works. I'm very excited. And with COVID, I wasn't able to do that. I had to put it on pause, but I like to as I do everything virtually, but once in a while I like to get together and do retreats, leadership retreats all around the world with
I saw that. Yeah.
Fun visualization exercises in castles. Castle symbolizes the empire you want to build and create in this life. Doga, or which means yoga with dogs on the beach, or learning how to eat sustainably, maybe make wine out of grape. I don't drink, I don't hold it, but some people like it. And
yes, I feel the energy, the aura, your positivity, your encouragement oozing through that screen. And
thank you.
You know what I do love too is that you work with not only humans, but you also work with animals, and together you combine forces. And love definitely comes from those animals, and that's all they know. And the cool part is that retreat, how enjoyable is that, right? And it's a physical thing too. It's not just I'm going to sit around and just not think of anything. You're still in a sense expanding the mind to doing something physical, but it's also something that you can apply when you also get back home. So awesome. Now, who are your favorite people to work with?
I don't like to discriminate. I have something to
okay, so you'll work with meat eaters.
Oh, yeah, I do. I may challenge them to do one plant-based meal a day and see how they feel, how they like it. Yeah, but I don't discriminate, of course. Everybody's on their own path. I do my best to inspire them with what I think may be best for them. At the end of the day, it's their decision, and I'll support them with whatever their dreams are.
And when you do apply your education, your learning, your coaching, I know you say you do it in a group setting, but do you also advise, or in a sense, give resources to your the people that you talk to, like read this book, read my book, watch this video? Do you also give that information?
Absolutely. Yes. And thank you for bringing it up. I also do a lot of one-on-one. I do both. And I think people get best results with both one-on-one meetings with coaches or psychologists, and also group, because some things people don't want to share in a group, so they also need the one-on-one. And then from the group, again, you get different benefits, such as tapping into everybody's resources and intelligence. So I do have some of my own resources that I created, because I'm a PhD, so we've learned all course creation, how to create our own assessments to test your personality, your where you're going, etc., your skills, right? So some are my own, some are others, and I'm allowed to use them at a price, or sometimes for free. So yes, I'm very resourceful, and I always research what's out there. Maybe I spend at least an hour a week to research what's new out there. As a scientist, I have access to PubMed, Medline, Google Scholars. Actually, everybody has access to that. But, there is always new research, and I always want to be up to speed with the new tools out there.
Yes.
And
If you're not, you're gonna
offer them.
if you're not ahead, you're falling behind.
Yes.
And if you're not on Zoom, or in this case, if you're glitching between Google Meets and Zoom, then you're going to be left behind. And I always ask this for my guest in ending this. What's one thing that you're grateful for right now, Doctor?
Thank you. That's a beautiful question. Many, many, many things. And I think we don't do enough of a good job to practice gratitude daily or multiple times a day. So I'm grateful for this opportunity you gave me today. I really enjoyed your energy. I think you have so much to offer, George, and thank you for making this platform available to professionals like me. That's what I'm the most grateful for. And, being alive and excited here with like-minded individuals like you and like-hearted. Yes, it's a wonderful world if we believe in it and we make it as such.
So much truth there. So how can people reach out to you? Please drop your website. I know I have it in front of me, but you can say it, or I can say it. It's up to you.
Sure, I'll do both. I'm a both kind of person.
Okay.
Why do I have to choose one? Right, here we go. So it's long, but
yes.
All spelled out. Info, short for information, at the @ sign. Somehow with my pronunciation, sometimes it's hard to understand that. But at the website that connects to the multiple websites I have, all spelled out. You have got the power.com. One more. You say it with your accent.
No, that's beautiful. You said it perfectly. So it's info at youhavegotthepower.com. And her website is youhavegotthepower.com. So you can reach out on her website or directly with her. Doctor, what's one actionable step that someone can do right now to improve their life or mental mindset moving forward today, if it's not working with you at least?
Yes. Just come to my free mastermind group coaching. It's on Monday, and see how you like it. And it's free. You have nothing to lose. Invite your loved ones. I think you'll be happy, and I will love your feedback from there. From there, there'll be many more resources and tools you can use once you are in the system. But yes, I think it's amazing because Monday is a new month. It's a new quarter. It's a new season. So the time is perfect. The right time is now.
There you go. Actionable step. The time is now, and there's no better time than now. Please reach out to Dr. Elena Pezzini, please. She's a beautiful guest. Thank you, Doctor, for coming on today on Who's Your Mentor podcast. And to everybody who's listening, Listen to this episode twice, three, four times if you want. I know we talk fast. You can slow it down, put it on zero point 0.5 speed if you have to. Guys, to the next episode, I thank you so much and goodbye for now.